The Statue of Liberty, Lady Liberty. Just about everyone knows it is an American icon and one of its most recognizable symbols. This neoclassical sculpture was given to the United States by the people of France in 1886. It is not only seen as a symbol of freedom, but it is a welcome for immigrants to America, especially to those arriving by sea. The copper-clad statue is located at Liberty Island in New York City. There are hundreds of replicas of the Statue of Liberty around the world, in at least 30 countries. Several have been placed around the United States, but for this episode, I am mostly focusing on those that were part of the Strengthen the Arm of Liberty program. These are also known as the Little Sisters of Liberty. From 1949 to 1952, the Boy Scouts of America developed the Strengthen the Arm of Liberty program to place these replicas in several towns across the country. This was to help celebrate the organization's 40th birthday. The statues were placed on state capitol grounds, courthouse lawns, main streets, and other places. There was an estimated 200 plus statues placed in various parts of the United States. Some are still standing, but on the flip side, some have been neglected and have suffered the effects of time and nature, and even vandalism. Some have even been restored in recent years. So here's the question: why do they all exist? Yes, one would think a town or city would love to show off their patriotism and their love for freedom, but it goes deeper than that. A Kansas City, Missouri businessman, Jack P. Whitaker, was serving as a commissioner for the local Boy Scout Council. While visiting Spirit Lake, Iowa, he saw a Statue of Liberty replica made out of chicken wire and concrete. That gave him an idea. The year was 1949. In February of that year, the Boy Scouts of America would launch a 2-year Strengthen the Arm of Liberty program campaign with a torch lighting ceremony beneath the Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor. Some similar ceremonies happened elsewhere in the country. It happened seemingly at the right time, as the United States was in a post-World War II Cold War with the Soviet Union and other communist nations. Soon, a shooting war would erupt in Korea. In Scouting magazine, the Boy Scouts of America president, Amory Houghton, was quoted when announcing the program. Whether the future is to be one of freedom of despotism depends chiefly on how our young people develop. Going back to Whitaker, he paid $3,500 to have an original mold made for the Little Liberty statues. A Chicago company made the stamped copper replicas, and each statue contained more than 40 sheets of copper, along with a wooden frame on the inside. The little statues would be sold from $300 to $350, each to scout troops, which would then be presented to communities. The towns would usually provide the pedestal, as well as the landscaping. Some still do today. No list of places of where the Liberty statues were placed was kept, at least not until 1998, by a Boy Scout troop in Cheyenne, Wyoming. There are a few websites that keep track of them, though sometimes it is hard to determine the real number of Liberty statues that are still out there. Websites where people can ask or submit information about these include Waymarking and the Historical Marker Database. And of course, there is Facebook and other social media. In my home state of Illinois, there is an estimated 4 still standing. One of them I visited 2 years ago in Warsaw, Illinois. This one was a gift from resident Frank Connor. Local attorney William Angel once said, "The unveiling of the Statue of Liberty replica in Warsaw on Monday was a thrilling experience to those of us who know what liberty or lack of liberty can mean. Even though we are in a shooting war against communists, it is sometimes difficult for us in the middle of the United States to grasp the significance of loss of liberty. As we pass Ralston Park from time to time and view the statue, may we take a moment from the cares of our workday world to give thanks that we are privileged to live in America." In my travels the last few years, I've come close to seeing a dozen in 5 different states. Like in Oklahoma, there was a statue in Edmond, just north of Oklahoma City. I was in Cedar Rapids, Iowa last year in June of 2025, hoping to find theirs, only to find it missing. Luckily, I just now read that as of early August 2026, it has been restored after several months of repairs. So, most of them that are placed around the country usually read like this: "With the faith and courage of their forefathers who made possible the freedom of these United States," in the middle of the Boy Scouts of America, "dedicate this replica of the Statue of Liberty as a pledge of everlasting fidelity and loyalty." And this was put in 1950. And you can see the plaque is still in great shape. Here I am in Benton, Illinois, in front of their public library. This is one of 4 Statue of Liberty replicas in the state of Illinois, my home state. I have visited one in Warsaw, Illinois, but this is supposedly the southernmost that is still standing. And then it has with the faith and courage of their forefathers. This was put up in 1950, and it's got the Statue of Liberty. This one looks, I don't want to say pristine, but I can tell it's got some cracks here and there. And then let's look at the back. All right, so it's a gift to the city of Benton by Mayor and Mrs. Virgil H. Center on May 28th, 1950. This erection was sponsored by Stanley McCollum, American Legion. So where do I find these replicas? Those that have survived stand mainly in the Midwest. I have found 3 outside the state capitol grounds of Kansas, Iowa, and Missouri, which should come as no surprise since they are all made in Kansas City. Does your town or city have one? Did it used to have one? Let me know in the comments. These statues were originally placed in 39 states, at least, as well as U.S. territories such as Guam and Puerto Rico. It is very hard telling where to find exactly all of them, but be sure to visit one if you happen to see one. This is Jason for Historically Marked. Thanks for watching.